Want to trade with Rithika? Join Chase at www.laductrading.com/chase.
Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a great week. So as you can see, last week we ended up, you go to the 4-hour chart, you'll be able to see that we pretty much had a small sell-off to start the week, and we ended up bouncing off this key level of support that we marked, and this ended up being an ABC pattern. So right now, you can see that we are bounce to the underside of this trend line. So for the market to be bullish, we would obviously, you can see here, this is a key level of resistance. This is a downtrend resistance. We would need to break over this 5550 level to progress into 5780 and 6000 again. So before we kind of do that, you go to the weekly chart in the market, you'll be able to see that this is the long-term channel. The market has bounced off I wouldn't say it's at the bottom, but you can see this is a previous level of resistance. Once you can see that, you can see this is a resistance level, then what the market ideally needs to do, I mean, to be very honest, you can see that this is a wave 4 in the market. In a lot of stocks, you can see we're almost at the previous high, so I wouldn't be surprised at all. As you can see here, that we could have some selling, but as long as this 5300 level closes, then we would ideally be pushing higher. As long as we stay above this 5300, we ideally can go up to make a new high. But again, this is the first key level to break to follow the red path. You can see that blue path is still possible. If we, end up pretty much rejecting this, then we could ideally, I would say, even if we have a faked out, if 5700 doesn't get above, then we could still follow the blue path. But yeah, things are looking up higher for the bulls than they are for the bears. You can see this is the chart of QQQ, and we did bounce off a key level of support, and generally, I would expect anything 440, 430 to hold on QQQ, and if it does, then we would end up moving higher to the upside. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. It does look more bullish than bearish, but again, ideally need 480 to break on QQQ before you kind of can decide what happens next. And the next one we have is IWM, and you can see on IWM that, again, I was kind of thinking we'll tag the perfect, you can see this is a higher level of support, but yeah, we could, if this is a market, this thing, we could end up pushing like this, but yeah, we would need to prove a lot more. Again, the main level to break over is about 197. If that gets over, then we can push into 220. So yeah, those are the key levels. You look at the market wicks, then we can also see that this was, you can see here, we had a massive breakdown, and you can see here, this is the third week we're moving down. So ideally, wicks needs to get back over 29 to be bullish. This looks like it wants to come back to 16, so the market could continue higher on that. And even if you look at the 10-year, you see that we're kind of stuck in this range, and Sam says that anything between 4 to 4.5 is good for equities higher. So as long as we're stuck in that range, the market should look good. And dollar, again, this is the long-term channel. I've shown you guys this. We still have not tagged the perfect bottom, so it could have a little more selling, but probably digest in this range. I don't really expect much off the dollar. With that being said, let's look at this week's watch list. First one I have is AMD. Already put that in the Chase notification channel. We got in around 92, and you can see here we've pushed up into 96. So above 96, we do have a gap to fill into 102, 103. So I do think that could again be a nice $6 move to the upside before earnings. I don't have a prediction for earnings, but I don't want to make a prediction. But we are at the bottom of the channel. The top of the channel is at about 114. The overshoot is at about 128. So doesn't really look great. Like, I could also tell you that it has lower levels at 70 and 62 that have remained unfilled. It does have a gap to fill. So yeah, not an earnings state, but a pre-earnings run-up is definitely possible on AMD. The next one I have is GLD. And again, the reason for that is gold is still super extended off the channel, and we have been looking for it to go finish off its wave 3. So it does kind of look like this was a nice reversal pattern. You can see there's a huge spike in volume as well. So I think the bounce is going to get rejected, and we're probably going to fill these gaps on gold. So I do think 300, 295 is probably going to come back on gold. It may not, but the thing is, we could have a little bit more selling at one more high before it comes down like this. I'm still watching that, so I'm still targeting this sell-off, not the bigger picture sell-off. That still needs a lot more confirmation before I can say we're on the pink path versus the green path. So that's what I have for AMD. And the next one that I have is Airbnb. So on Airbnb, you can see here we broke down, kind of been sideways in this channel since 2021 on Airbnb, and we broke down, but you can see here this is a fake breakout pattern. We broke down and now we're popping back into the channel. We could have a little bit of selling to fill the gap lower, but if we can get over this 123 level, that means we're back into this channel and we have a gap to fill into 128. So that should again make a pretty nice chase into the upside. And again, you have a lot of room on the top tier of the channel. So yeah, it needs to get over 123 to kind of proceed there. And last but not the least, I have AMT. And then on AMT, you can see that this is the bigger picture channel. In the market, we've rejected this channel here, and now we're threatening to go lower. So as long as we stay below 220, I think that AMT is definitely at risk to 170 and lower. So it does have earnings. It does have earnings coming up. This is not an earnings prediction, but I would say it's more bearish than it is bullish. The chart does not look good. So yeah, that's all I have for this week. I hope you have a great day.
Join Chase to trade with Rithika and other experts. Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more Wolf's weekly wave list videos and other content.